Yeah, right, this is Ash from Crack Minis, and happy Halloween. Today I'm going to be building you some terrain. I'm going to do my best to tell you what I'm doing on the screen as I go. I did say that I was going to be doing continuous audio in this, although it won't be any gaps in what I say. It won't be continuous because I'm not at a point yet where I feel comfortable doing that. I get a bit nervous when I talk, and I tend to ramble, so yeah, I'll do my best. There is a story element to this one as well, because I'm enjoying doing the stories. Bit difficult sometimes, but getting there, slowly. Alright, so you've seen the house that was drawn on a picture, and then I started with a base, trimmed the edges on that, so I had something to work with. That's where I started. Made filming this a little bit difficult, and then I got myself one of those kids football cones, you know, the ones you buy in a pack with a ball, that you put in the back garden, gets smashed. Well, there's one there, and then I chopped it in half, then I chopped it again. Do you see that, Eden? Smooth, like butter. I didn't steal that off a child, by the way, it was a gift. Anyway, I glued down some pieces of floor mat. I got it from Lidl. Does not take spray paint well. Glues it like a charm. No good for spray paint. Anyway, I needed some variance in height on the actual base itself. I didn't want it all looking flat. So I popped the house on top of that. Then I took one of these like coaster things. I think they're for candles. Got them from a charity shop. It only cost me like 50p for 4. Anyway, I cut them in half. Nightmare to cut. I think they're made up of mica or something. Anyway, made myself a little balcony. Had to prop it up with a bit of balsa wood to get it to stay up. And then some doors. And then it was onto the EVA foam. Stuff's fantastic, by the way. It makes it look like a dream. Especially because I was making this to be a bit orky. So, yeah, having metal plates, loads of metal plates. Perfect. I did that for the top and the bottom, you know, for the roof and the floor, the ground floor. And then I did like little slats using cocktail sticks. Not cocktail sticks, what am I on about? Coffee stirrer sticks. That's the one. Coffee stirrer sticks that I'd already pre-applied some grain with a little wire brush. I have done some stop motion with this. I'm not quite sure if it's happened yet because I'm going to have to rearrange where the audio is because I've worked out that the story I've got is going to take up most of the video. Bonus for me, like, because it means I don't have to say that much, but at the same time, I'm not going to be able to fit in everything that I would have liked to have said about this build process, including like making the gun and things like that, and you know, painting too much, painting it, because some of the bits that I did for painting it was really good. Like I used this verdigris stuff, it's Vallejo effect paint that you paint on and then rub off a bit over copper, and it looks really cool, like well, weathered copper, basically oxidized copper. There's one thing that I definitely have to put in though. It's the little pumpkins. They're called puctopods, and if you're going to be making anything Halloween themed, if you're a crafter like me, you're definitely going to want these. They're fantastic. I'm going to put a link in the description of where I got them. They take paint fantastic. They're easy to work with. They glue so easily on. You can get them scented or unscented because they're actually a potpourri, which is ace. I mean, especially if you like your stuff smelling nice. But they're a great addition to any Halloweeny themed stuff that you make, and you just can't be bothered making your own pumpkins out of polymer clay, you know, or any other clay, I guess. Guess what? It's story time. Told by Jim the Orc. Right there, let me tell you about how I came to be living in this here house of mine. It's a beauty, isn't it? Well, I was wandering in the woods one day, and out my good eye I spots it. I've only got one eye because the other was stolen by a bird. But that's another story for another day. I might tell you about it if you survive this story I'm telling you now. Only joking. There it was, all majestic like, sort of looking like what that picture that I showed you at the beginning of this episode. Although it was heavily damaged. I do believe it was by a big old beastie from the woods. But that didn't bother me, so I decided to make it my home. So here I was, hammering away, and I phones me this little book.
stopped a wandering trader and I got him to read it to me because I don't know the words. Being an orc, I never really had the need to learn them. I think he called it a journal. In it was a story about an old lady who had her house before I found it. The locals called her a witch, but she wasn't, far as I could tell. They weren't afraid of her because she was smart, and she had worked out that the local beasties were afraid of an old world vegetable called a pumpkin. She believed it had something to do with its smell, and she tried to warn the local townsfolk, but they threw stones at her, so she thought Sodom and watched the town get attacked night after night from the joys of her bedroom window. But it seems she learned a horrible truth, as what scares the little ones attracts the big ones. And that's what seems to have done her in. But it works well for me. I like hunting the big ones. So I went and got a big old gun, stuck it right next to my house and collected as many pumpkins as I could. Now I'm just waiting for the big one.
Alright, so if you enjoyed that and you want to hear me do more voices like that, you need to let me know in the comments down below, and I'll definitely be doing more, because that was just so much fun. And don't forget to like, subscribe. If you could, try share it, maybe. I mean, it's up to you. I know it's a short video, but anyway, there should be a spinny bit coming up in a second, and then I've showed you a finished version of Jim, who popped up on the screen at some point. So, hope you have a good night. And oh yeah, happy Halloween. Oh, can you guess what the next episode's going to be about?